Hello, Linda Lyons. This is Mrs. Warm. Tomorrow is Earth Day. So in celebration of that, today I'm going to read Earth Day, Hooray! Written by Stuart J. Murphy and illustrated by Renee Andriani. Earth Day, Hooray! This place is a mess, said Ryan. That's why we're cleaning it up, said Carly. Come on, pitch in. The Maple Street School Save the Planet Club was cleaning up Gilroy Park, the site of this year's Earth Day celebration. They picked up candy wrappers, crumpled newspapers, empty coffee cups, old flyers, lost tennis balls, and lots of aluminum cans. Look at how they're picking up all this garbage. Look at all the garbage that was there in the first place. You even have squirrels standing on the benches that are covered in garbage. That's pretty sad. It's nice that these kids are cleaning it up. You know, said Ryan, even after we finish cleaning the park, it won't look all that great. It could really use some flowers at the entrance. Gilroy Park had a few trees and some grass, and that was it. If we take all these cans to the recycling center instead of throwing them away, Ryan continued, they'll give us money for each can. Maybe we can make enough money to buy some flowers to plant. That's actually a really good idea. You can see the squirrel, hands on his hips over here looking at this garbage. That doesn't belong here. Let's see what this note says under the bird over here. In 1999, recycling and composting kept about 64 billion tons of trash from ending up in landfills or being burned, which pollutes the air. 64 billion tons. That's huge. Mrs. Watson, the club advisor, thought Ryan's idea was fantastic. She said if we can get 5,000 cans, that should be enough for some really beautiful flowers. I bet we won't find that many, said Luke. Squirrel holds a sign that says companies pay recyclers about $1 billion a year to buy aluminum. So save those cans. They're good for recycling. The club sorted all the cans they found. Ryan, Carly, and Luke filled small bags with 10 cans each. When they had 10 small bags, they put them in a big bag that held 100 cans so they would be easier to count. So each of the red bags holds 10, and then 10 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's 100. If they ended up with 3 bags of 100, 5 small bags of 10, and 9 single cans, they ended up with that many. They left the bags near the trash bins so that Mrs. Watson could pick them up that evening. She says, that's a total of 359. I knew we wouldn't get 5,000. If there were 5,000 cans in a park, that would be very horribly sad. So I'm glad there wasn't that many, but 359 is still quite a lot. But the next morning at school, Mrs. Watson called Ryan, Carly, and Luke to her desk. Bad news, she said. The trash collector at the park didn't realize the cans were for recycling. He took them to the dump with the rest of the trash. I knew it, said Luke. I knew we'd never do it. Don't give up, said Ryan. We can still collect cans. We'll have a can drive right here at school. I don't know, said Luke doubtfully. It'll only work if a lot of people bring in cans. The teacher is writing on the board, Americans use more than 80 billion aluminum cans per year. Americans save 247 million pounds of paper every day to be reused and recycled. We do that here at Linda School too. We save our cans. Well, we have a place in the teacher's room for that, but we also have recycling cans all over the school. The custodian, Mrs. Jones, set up a barrel in the hallway. Luke made a big sign. Mrs. Watson helped Ryan print up a flyer announcing their goal, and Carly grew a cartoon. Earth Day, hooray! Cans recycled so far. Right now they're at 0. They've just started. Help us reach our goal of 5,000 to plant flowers in Gilroy Park. The sign says it takes 60 days for an aluminum can to be turned in, melted down, and made into a new can. So about 2 months. In the year 2000, Americans recycled more than 1,500,000 5,000 pounds of plastic bottles. The next day, a few kids brought in cans. After school, Ryan, Carly, and Luke went to check out the barrel. They sorted the cans into bags. They had 5 small bags of 10 and 6 single cans. That makes 56. We'll never get anywhere at this rate. Carly wrote 56 on the sign. We need to get more kids to help, she said. I don't know, 56 in one day is pretty a good start. Carly, Luke, and Ryan got permission to visit every class and ask for help with the can drive. Carly worked all night so that she would be ready, and she made a sign that says, "We can do it." After school, Ryan, Carly, and Luke stopped at every park and field and picked up every can they saw. So they did a presentation. And here they have a sign that says, in the year 2000, Americans recycled 1,900,000,000 pounds of aluminum. That's a lot. It's a good start. The first Earth Day celebration was on April 22nd, 1970. About 20 million people participated. I wonder how many are going to participate this year. The next morning, Ryan, Carly, and Luke brought their cans to school. They went to the barrel to drop them all off. "Look at all these cans," said Carly. "I knew it would work." At recess, they counted the cans. They ended up with 6 bags of 100, 3 small bags of 10, and 5 single cans. He says, that's 635, even more than we had at the park. Carly wrote the total on the sign. Mrs. Watson walked by. "You're going to need bigger bags," she said. "I'll bring in some tomorrow." She wrote, "And we had 56 yesterday, so that total is up to 691 cans. They're in a good place. When Ryan, Carly, and Luke checked the barrel the next day, it was overflowing. "We better ask Mrs. Jones for more barrels," said Carly. They had 1 bag of 1,000, 4 bags of 100, 8 bags of 10, and 3 single cans. That's 1,483. Carly wrote the total on the sign and remembered to put a comma between the thousands and the hundreds. When we added to what we already had, that's 2,174. That's still a long way from 5,000. This kid needs to realize they're already almost halfway to their goal, and it's only been 3 days. That's pretty darn good. Ryan, Carly, and Luke kept working. Luke put up signs all over school. On Saturday, the members of the Save the Planet Club knocked on every door in their neighborhoods. They handed out Ryan's flyers and carried big bags for people's empty cans. They have a little sign that they're handing out that says, "Recycling 1 aluminum can saves enough energy to keep a 100-watt light bulb burning for about 3.5 hours. That's a lot saved. Look at all these cans. They started out with 1 can. Now they have 3, and they probably need at least 5 or 6. On Monday morning, Ryan, Carly, and Luke couldn't dump their cans in the collection barrels because they were already full. At recess, they counted cans. By the time recess was over, they still weren't done. Mrs. Watson said they could skip spelling to finish counting. "And you didn't think this was a good idea," Carly teased Luke. "Great, no spelling today." Finally, they finished. They had 2 huge bags of 1,000, 8 bags of 100, 5 small bags of 10, and 2 single cans. That's almost 3,000. Carly says it's 2,852 to be exact. Lucas wrote the numbers down. "We did it," he shouted. And with 2,174 we had before, it's 5,026 cans. I wonder if they're going to stop gathering there. I mean, they've got such a good thing going. Mrs. Watson took the cans to the recycling center right after school, and Saturday morning she drove Carly, Luke, and Ryan to the plant nursery. They each picked out flowers in their favorite color. That afternoon, the whole class came to Gilroy Park for the Earth Day celebration. The first thing they did was plant the flowers at the entrance. Now they've got all these beautiful flowers here. The park looked beautiful, and there wasn't a single piece of trash anywhere. So they've got plant a tree. That helps save the planet and creates more oxygen. Care for the air, probably some information. The water ecosystem, they used a little pool to show the ecosystem of that. They've got a large inflatable planet Earth ball. People are flying all sorts of different kites and things. It's a great Earth Day celebration. And that was how a bunch of kids used their recycling powers to help a park for Earth Day with Earth Day Hooray. I hope you guys enjoyed listening and learning as much as I always enjoyed reading. Have a great day.